This is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, last month we shared the story about thieves targeting a disabled American veterans van in Floyd County and stealing the catalytic converter. Now the same crime is happening at churches in Floyd County. WYMT's Buddy Forbes spoke to leaders from those churches.
Churches in Floyd County are gathering together in prayer as a string of catalytic converter thefts hits close to home.
Last week, thieves hit Allen Baptist Church. This week, they made their way to First Assembly of God in Martin, taking catalytic converters from unattended church transport vans. This comes weeks after similar issues were reported from the disabled American veterans in the Mini area. Church members say the theft is not only costing money, but also impacts their mission.
We're reaching out to those who are lost. And so we go into the community and we try to show people Christ. And without these vans, it limits us.
Those I spoke with say they are praying for answers. But more than that, they're praying that whoever did this will realize the impact it's had. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Law enforcement officials were notified, and anyone with information is asked to contact the Martin Police Department. We'll have more from church leaders coming up at 6. A Laurel County woman is charged because of the conditions deputies say a child was living in. Chelsea Jones tells us more about what was found inside the home.
In cases like this, Laurel County deputies say it's their duty to protect children. A deputy was responding to a welfare check when he found a 7-year-old boy living in unsanitary conditions. When deputies went inside this home on Adams Road in Corbin, they found trash everywhere and bugs crawling on the floor. 38-year-old Candace Seiler lived here with her 7-year-old son. As deputies spoke with the mother, she said this.
You know, the Mexican cartel was after her, things that were out in left field. There were other things said, I can't remember what they were, but it did show some instability.
A neighbor requested the welfare check, expressing concerns about the child.
Well, I mean, if you're a citizen and you see a situation like this, or you become aware of a situation, or somebody just tells you about a situation like this, then law enforcement or social services needs to be notified so we can check it out.
Now, once Candace Seiler was taken into custody, her son was released to the social worker on call. In Laurel County, Chelsea Jones, WKYT.
Candace Seiler is charged with third-degree criminal abuse. What happened to missing money meant to help a Lincoln County High School volleyball team? An audit revealed more than $3,700 is missing. Most of it is from fundraising efforts between July and November. Lincoln County school officials say an employee who is not yet identified that is implicated in the missing school funds is no longer with the school system.
I'm out here once again at the WYMT Food City Mountain Basketball Classic. We got lots of games going on tonight. It's all about the girls tonight as well. We have games starting as early as 5 and as late as 8:30. Of course, you can watch us on WYMT.com and our second channel, H&I. But today's weather, a lot better than the past couple of days. It's been a lot warmer out there. Let's go ahead and take you up to Interstate 75 over into Mount Vernon. We are seeing those clouds actually starting to increase. That's going to be ahead of our next system as we head into the next couple of days. Satellite and radar, well, we've been on the dry side, but once again, it's those clouds that will continue to increase as we head into tonight and into tomorrow. Temperatures a lot better, upper 40s to lower 50s. Make sure to enjoy this evening as much as you can, because as we head into tomorrow, as we look at those headlines, rain chances return and is more cold on the way, and any relief in sight. We'll be tracking 2 different systems as we head into the next couple of days. I'll have details on that coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Paige, thank you. The House Judiciary Committee is expected to vote on articles of impeachment soon, capping a second day of fiery debate. In a final show of political fireworks on the House Judiciary Committee, Republicans propose amendments to the articles of impeachment against President Trump. All are expected to fail, with Democrats outnumbering the GOP members on the committee.
The American people watching today know that this is an impeachment movement that is losing steam.
No president is supposed to be a dictator in the United States.
Lawmakers are considering two charges, abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. If they pass out of committee, the charges face a full House vote likely next week. A 32-year-old police sergeant in Houston, Texas was killed while responding to a domestic violence call. But it is what the former officer's police chief is saying that is raising eyebrows across the country. Police Chief Art Acevedo had strong words for Republican lawmakers, including Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. The police sergeant was killed Saturday after responding to a 911 call from a woman saying her boyfriend had a gun and was assaulting her. Acevedo slammed GOP lawmakers for failing to reauthorize the Violence Against Women Act, which is stalled in the Senate.
One of the biggest reasons that the Senate and Mitch McConnell and John Cornyn and Ted Cruz and others are not getting into a room and having a conference committee with the House and getting the Violence Against Women's Act is because the NRA doesn't like the fact that we want to take firearms out of the hands of boyfriends that abuse their girlfriends. And who killed our sergeant? A boyfriend abusing his girlfriend.
Texas Republican Senator John Cornyn says Acevedo was mistaken because existing laws should have kept a gun out of the accused shooter's hands. Senator Ted Cruz accused Acevedo of trying to advance his own political ambitions, an accusation he strongly denies. 13 police officers have died in the line of duty in Texas this year. Police in Charlottesville, Virginia are not driving any more Dodge Challengers. The reason is because it's the same type of car James Alex Fields used in the 2017 killing of Heather Heyer. Fields plowed into a crowd of counter-protesters at a Unite the Right rally. Police say the community then raised questions about officers driving the same car model. Fields was sentenced to life in prison after pleading guilty to 29 hate crimes in the attack. Voters in the United Kingdom are going to the polls today for the third general election in less than 5 years. Opposition Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn is challenging British Prime Minister Boris Johnson. In 2016, UK voters chose to leave the European Union, but 3 years later, political turmoil rages on and there is still no exit plan. Johnson, who leads the Conservative Party, promises to push Brexit through Parliament by January 31st. If Corbyn wins, he promises another Brexit referendum, a chance to remain in the EU. The Pentagon's Inspector General is reviewing a $400 million border wall contract after concerns of inappropriate influence. The move comes after the chairman of the House Committee on Homeland Security says President Donald Trump repeatedly urged officials to award the contract to the company Fisher Sand and Gravel. The official requested a review from the Defense Department's official watchdog agency. They say the company was selected to build the wall despite a history of environmental and tax violations. The White House nor Fisher Sand and Gravel have commented on the concerns. The family of a British teenager killed in a car crash in the UK say they are ready to sue the woman who caused it. Police say Anne Sakalas, the wife of an American official, hit 19-year-old Harry Dunne in August. Sakalas was driving on the wrong side of the road. She left Britain in the middle of the investigation, citing diplomatic immunity. Now, after almost 4 months after their son's death, Tim Dunne and Charlotte Charles are set to meet with their new legal team in Washington. Let's head over to Wall Street now on this Thursday afternoon. The Dow closes up today more than 220 points. It is an industry that has many job openings. Truck driving. The American Trucking Association shows there was a shortage of roughly 61,000 drivers in 2018. Jennifer Linden, the president of Hazard Community and Technical College, says this is a great opportunity for those looking for a job in the mountains.
Hazard Community and Technical College saw the ever-increasing need for CDL drivers, truck drivers, and so we began to ramp up our CDL program. And we added additional instructors, additional trucks, and even a CDL simulator.
The program at HCTC offers classes during the day and evening. The next available class begins in February.
Help for working families could be on the way. I'm Katherine Johnson with the White House push for paid parental leave and affordable child care.
And those clouds increase tonight. Rain chances increase for your Friday, but what about the weekend? I'll have that answer coming up in just a little bit.